Uh, Hello, everyone. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic, that is quantum dots. Before we start with the topic, let me just introduce myself to you people. My name is Dr. Aruna Gupta. I'm working as an assistant professor with the Department of Biotechnology in the Institute of Health and Allied Sciences, that is ITS. And today, okay, now before getting into the topic or before starting with the actual topic, let us talk about from where are these quantum dots originating? What are they actually? Now, this is actually the quantum dots are artificial particles which are synthesized by us only, and this is a very important, this has given a very important role in the branch of nanobiotechnology. What is nanobiotechnology? Just to brief you about the introduction part, these nanoscience and nanotechnology are the fields in which we study about very small things, and maybe you can say a very small size particles, and which can be used across in almost every branch of science, including chemistry, biology, physics, material science, engineering, and all. So the size of the nanoparticles, if we talk about, we can just can't even imagine. This is ranging in the range, the size of the nanoparticles are 10 raised to the power minus 9 part of a meter. That small is the nanoparticle. So even with the electron microscopes, only the possibility comes to check what are the different sizes and how we can study about the nanotechnology. Now, coming to the next branch, which is originating from nanobiotechnology only, that is upcoming branch, nanobiotechnology. Now, nanobiotechnology is a branch of science in which nanotechnology is used, the information in the field of nanotechnology is used in biological science, or you can say in the biological field. Now, this is an application. That means this is an application part of the nanotechnology. So whatever the biological fields in whatever technology which we are using today in the size of nano size particles that we are compiling or we are using in the biological fields. Now, the applications of bio nanotechnology, they include all the biomedical and the drug delivery systems. They also are helpful in the agricultural and food industry, textile industry, cosmetics, biotechnology, optical engineering, electronics, metallurgical part, energy storage, and of course in our defense systems also. Okay, now coming to the main topic, that is quantum dots. What are quantum dots actually? Now these quantum dots, they are semiconductor nano-sized particles which are in the size range of 2 nanometer till 10 nanometer. As far as the constitution is concerned, they are made up of a silicon which is neither a conductor nor an insulator. The most important characteristics, though we will be studying about the different characteristics in detail within the next few minutes itself, but before we, in the introduction part only, the most important characteristic or the property which we are using today for these nano quantum dots in application is the production of the colors. Now this color production is based upon the size of the particle. That is the most important thing and the most interesting, rather, I would say. Okay, so this quantum dots, they were originated by a physicist in the year 1980. His name was Alexei Ekimov. Okay, now further in the year 1982 only, after that means somewhere around just 2 years down the line, there was an American chemist whose name was Louis E. Bruce, and he observed the same phenomena, or he observed the quantum dots in the colloidal solution. Okay. So they were the two, actually, that means we can say that it is being processed in solid particle also and in the colloidal solution also. The structure of the typical quantum dot includes innermost core layer, which you can say it's a semiconductor, which is made up of a semiconductor molecule or semiconductor metal. Further, it is covered by a capping shell, and finally, it is outsidely, it is protected by a polymer coating. So these are the main structure or the main composition of a quantum dot, and this is about that is further, it is on the surface of this polymer coating, there are the biconjugated molecules which are present, and this help in the drug delivery system actually. So this is how the structure of the quantum dot looks like. Now, coming to the property, as I've already discussed, the most important property of a quantum dot is the color production. Now, smaller dots, they are actually what is happening in quantum dots is, let me just come to this next slide first. Now, there is when a light beam is passed on any particle, it moves into the excited state. We all are aware of this. So, as you can see, the larger size particle, they have a very lower energy band. It moves to a higher shell, of course, but the energy band is little small, less than the next orbital. The next orbital moves on to the green shade, and that is having a higher energy as compared to the energy level of a red size quantum dot. And further, the highest energy level, or the highest energy bundle rather we can say, is there in a blue dot. Now, coming back to our previous slide also, the same thing has been explained over here in words. Now, this effect is called as quantum confinement effect. The smaller dots emit the higher energy light, and that is blue in color. The higher quantum dots, the energy level in them, the larger quantum dots, the energy level in them is lower, and it is basically red in color. Now, this slide I've already just explained it to you. When the energy level of the molecules is increasing, when it is leaving on from the valence band to the conduction band. Okay. Now, the same thing is there in the plotted state. That is, we have plotted the wavelength in the range of nanometers. The OD that we have measured in the basic absorbance level, rather we can say the absorbance also. So that has been measured for the different size particles. As you can see, a blue color particle, they have a 2 nanometer size, but the energy level of them is higher. Now, then the next level or the size particle increases. As the size particle increases, the energy level gets on smaller and smaller, as you can see in this wavelength. Now, coming to the applications of quantum dots. Applications is their utility. Now, today, actually, we are using these small packets of energy in the solar cells, photocatalysis, quantum LEDs, lasers, computational biology, etc., etc. These are just of a very few examples, actually. But anyhow, let us talk about these few main utility applications, or we can say, for the quantum dots. The first, we come to the solar cells. In a typical solar cell in the traditional times, it belongs to a copper iridium gallium selenide, which is being used in these solar cells. Now, this is being replaced by a lighter weight silicon particle, or you can say a quantum dot, which is made up of silicon, and thus the size of the quantum dots, the solar cell has also decreased, and simultaneously the weight has also decreased. So it has become more handy, rather we can say. The bulky materials have been replaced by a lighter material. So the size and the weight of the quantum dots has been decreased. Now, with the help of these quantum dots, solar cells. Now, coming to the next application, that is quantum dots, we are using presently in the form of diodes. And these diodes, which we typically use in the light emitting diodes, rather we can say LEDs, they are very commonly using them. In fact, the traditional light system, they have been again, they have taken over, the quantum dots have taken over these diode forms. And the most important characteristic again in this case is that they are the visibility of the colors, the appearance of the colors, or you can say the color is very bright. LEDs are being produced with the help of quantum dots. Next, laser technology. Now, this laser dot, quantum dot laser is again a semiconductor laser molecule, which is definitely helping us out with a high operation rate, and this really gives us optical data in a very short span of time. Now, optical lamps in metro access systems, they are very, very common nowadays. We are just having a lot of laser beams and optical data transmission that is all done through the quantum dots itself. The last and but not the least application for the quantum dots is about the biological application, or we can say the biological tagging or the labeling in the biological field. That includes the biological assays and microarrays, labeling of the cells, intracellular structures, in vivo and in vitro imaging, pathogen and toxic detection, of course. So you can see that almost every sphere of life has been taken over, or we have started using the nanotechnology, and the study is still going on. So these are some of the few things which I have discussed with you today. So next time we will be coming up with something better. So this is more of the information about this. Thank you all. Thank you.